It's your girl Naél with a new episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, right now, because you are now tuned in to the Naél Hall Show. Let's do this. Thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode. Today I have a very special guest, the one and only photography maven, the GOAT of Miami.
Hello, how you doing?
Mr. Éniary himself.
Hello,
Round of
hello.
applause.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it today.
Anytime.
So, I know you've been very busy.
Right.
It's been hard trying to get you to do this. And you're finally here. And I just want to tell you, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so tell the audience a little about yourself and where you are from.
Well, I'm originally from Nigeria. And for those who don't know, that's in Africa. Yeah.
You're right. Some people don't know.
Right. Some people don't know. You know, actually, one time I told this lady before, I think this was at the airport. I told her where I was from. And I said, hey, you know, we're having small talk. And I said, I'm from Nigeria. And she looked so shocked and puzzled. She said, huh? Nigeria? Where? I don't think I've heard that one before. Where is that? So I had to tell her it was in Africa. And she was very shocked. And it's in Africa, guys.
That's interesting. So what was it like being raised in Nigeria?
It was very humbling for sure. You know, where I'm from, you know, we don't have a lot of things. So you learn how to appreciate what you have.
Right.
You know, you learn how to make do with whatever you have. You learn about family. You learn about loyalty. You know, you learn about hard work. You learn about education. So it was definitely it was a different experience from here for sure.
Okay, so how was your transition from the Nigerian culture coming into America, where it's the land of the free and home of the brave?
You know, at first it was a little hard just getting used to it. You know, just things like I had a very, very strong accent at first.
Are you going to tell them how you sound for real?
So when I first came to America, no, I'm just kidding. No, when I first came to America, you know, I really had a very strong accent. And that was like one of the biggest things that I had to work on. Because everywhere I went, people would say, huh? Everything I said, no one could understand me. So besides from the accent thing, you know, I just guess the way you guys dress, you know, I had to.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. I had to give up some of my dashikis and trade it for some American clothes and some modern clothing. But besides from that, everything else, you know, after the first couple of years, everything else was fine. It was fine.
Since you're the king of Nigeria, can you teach me a couple words? And y'all don't laugh at me, okay? I'm Jamaican, so it's going to be hard for me.
All right, so I'll try and teach you the basics of our greeting.
Okay.
So here it goes. Kedo keme.
What? How am I supposed to say that?
That means how are you doing?
Okay, say it again.
Say it with me. Kedo.
Kedu.
Keme.
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 Kime.
Kedo keme. Oh my God, that's funny. But that's how you say how are you.
Kedu keme. Kedu keme. Kedu keme.
That's close enough.
Okay. I'm about to add a Jamaican accent to this.
Oh Lord Jesus. Yaman.
You Jamaican?
Oh man.
So would you rather wear your dashikis or the American clothing?
You know, like today, I've gotten used to, you know, dressing more modern, as you guys can see. But definitely, I don't mind. It just depends on the occasion. I definitely don't mind. It's all about the occasion, you know.
I just want to say that usually I tell people, don't try to come on my show and outdress me. However, you get a pass today. You look very nice.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So
you look nice yourself too.
I know. This is my show. What has been the hardest part about being in America?
I think the hardest part for me, I would say the people.
Okay.
I've found that down here, things like loyalty don't really mean much to a lot of people here. And down here is all about backstabbing, using people, like just trying to get ahead despite what happens in the process.
It's the doggy dog world in America.
Yeah, it's tough, man. You know, like I think that's the biggest thing. You know, where I come from, like I said earlier, you know, we're big on family and loyalty, and we have morals that we live by.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of people down here, they don't
It doesn't
understand.
exist.
Right, it doesn't exist. They don't understand what that means. So I think that's probably one of the hardest parts from being down here.
Right. Okay. So a lot of people know that Africans have a reputation on profession. So when you came to America, what was your ideal profession goal?
I'm not gonna lie, you guys know the cliche term. Every African parent, for all my Africans out there, you guys already know all our parents, they want us to be a doctor, like an engineer, all the regular professions that everyone think about that's very prestigious. So, I myself, my parents definitely wanted me to be a doctor, and I think that's what I would have been if I wasn't doing this today.
And what about if you were still back home?
If I was back home, I would definitely be a doctor. Like, this is, 100% guaranteed. I already started going to school for it and everything. So I definitely would have been a doctor for sure.
Okay. So what inspired you to, well, before I say that, tell the audience what your profession is.
Well, I like to say I'm in advertising. I like the first thing first, I help companies make more money through advertising. And then on the second end, I have a photography studio for normal portraits and birthday shoots, maternities, and all that good stuff. I also do business consulting, and I also teach. I teach business, I teach photography, I teach videography, and just helping people get on their feet. Yes.
Right. So all my beautiful pictures that y'all see on my Instagram,
Yeah.
he's the one who's responsible for them.
Yes, I am.
So what inspired you to join the photography/advertising industry, being that you were raised to go be a doctor or a lawyer?
Honestly, I just kind of stumbled upon it. Like I said earlier, the big thing about Africans, we're very hardworking. So,
Right.
I tried a bunch of other things. I've done so much. I've sold a lot of things. I've washed cars. I used to cut people's grass. I used to do web design. I used to do programming. I've done a lot of things, since I've been here in America. And somehow when I got into the photography thing, that was the first one that it stuck with me. I realized that I could travel the world with just one camera, and I thought that was pretty amazing. We didn't have these type of opportunities where I'm from in my country.
Right.
So that blew my mind. And then I just took it further from there. And, through navigating other parts of photography, learning what else I could do with it, then I started learning about video work. And eventually one thing led to the other. And that's how I ended up doing this today.
That's great to hear. And again, he's responsible for doing my dope pictures that y'all see on my Instagram.
Yeah.
We all know that you're a photographer who is extremely hard to reach at times.
Yeah.
What do you like to do for fun or in your spare time?
I don't really get a lot of free time or spare time, but in my free time and spare time, I love to read, definitely.
What kind of books do you like? Well, what's your favorite book to read?
I definitely like self-development books that help you become a better person.
Okay.
Books that help you become better in business. I love reading that. Investment books, real estate books, any book that helps you become a better businessman or a better person in life. Those are the type of books that I enjoy reading the most.
Do you have a favorite one?
So many good books, man. But I'll definitely say this. You guys should check out The Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Right.
That was really a life changer for me when I read that book. I promise you, it will open your eyes and just make you look at things completely different. So if you haven't read that one yet, you should try it out.
That's how I felt about The Alchemist. Have you read it?
Yes.
It's a great book also.
Yes, it is.
So what are the fun activities that you like to do, huh?
Honestly, a lot of my spare time sometimes I love building, doing my carpentry work, as you guys could see some videos on my page. And other times I do go-karting. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but I love driving, man. I love driving, go-karting, speeding, all that good stuff.
So we decided to take a trip to K1 Speed.
Yeah.
Even though I knew I was going to get my behind whooped, I still went with him. And we're going to show you the footage right here. So we just pulled up to K1 Speed.
Right.
I'm about to go get my behind whooped because I already know he gonna beat me, but I'm gonna still try anyway. So let's go. Going inside.
All right.
Alright guys, buzz is down, buzz is down!
So I just got my behind whooped.
That's right,
I didn't
that's
want to
right.
talk to you for the rest of the day. As you all can see in the video, who came in first place, you know, it wasn't me. Y'all saw how I got my behind whooped.
Hey, you know, it happens. It
So
happens.
yes, at K1, his name is #1 in their facility, Wakanda Forever.
Hey, that's me. Yeah.
So let's talk a little about business.
Mm-hmm.
What industry would you say you specialize in?
For today, I specialize more in the hair and beauty industry, if you'd ask me.
What type of business clients do you work with the most?
Once again, today, I would like to say I work with a lot of hair companies and clothing stores, retail clothing.
What big companies have you worked with recently?
Oh man, I've worked with a lot of big companies recently. Where do I begin? I've worked with Hair Imports, Missy Hair Boutique, Shane Justin's Dare to Be Vintage, Jisoo, just to name a few local ones that you guys might know. And then I have some contractual work with McDonald's as well and Office Depot.
Right. So you mentioned Shane Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get to work with a lot of the popular Instagram models?
Yes, we definitely do that from time to time. Yes, I do.
Can you name a few?
Ah, man.
I'm sure they want to know, so let them know.
Definitely Jada, Dream Doll, Ari, just the ones I could remember off the top of my head.
Okay, they're pretty up there. They're pretty up there.
Yeah.
So everyone knows that you're well known in Miami and, you know, a couple other states, very well known. Right. What celebrities have reached out to you or have you worked with?
Oh, man. It's another long list. But to mention a few, Remy Ma, Tory Lanez, Jim Jones. I did some work with Jim Jones' music video. Man, it's so many. Rico Love, Asian Doll. It's I can't remember all of them. Yeah.
I believe you're gonna make it one day. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there one day.
The work speaks for itself.
Right.
Yeah.
We know you've worked with a ton of celebrities. Do you have a celebrity that you haven't worked with yet that you would like to work with?
I don't really try to go out my way to work with just celebrities. But if there's one that I would absolutely love to work with, I'll probably say you.
Don't do that. We're on national television.
But yeah.
Oh, you're so cute, babe. So there are a lot of Instagram models today all across the world, and I know you work with a lot of them.
Right.
What advice would you have to give the up-and-coming Instagram models who are building their brand?
I think the biggest advice I would give them is, well, two things. The first one is being consistent, and the second one is the quality of work they're actually putting out. this advice could be applied to anything else you're doing. If you're starting a hair company or whatever you might be doing, you have to be consistent in whatever it is you do in life, or else you'll never get anywhere.
Amen.
So if you're posting on social media, have to have a time schedule. Be consistent with it. Don't try to go too many days without posting. And then the next one is the quality of whatever it is you're posting. You want quality work.
Right. You have to invest in your business.
Definitely. You have to
in
invest
your
in your
brand.
business. You have to invest in yourself. Whatever it is you're doing, you have to be very serious about it, man. It's very important. So besides from those two things, I'm just gonna try and do a deeper dive into it.
Okay.
For instance, I look around on social media and I see a lot of, Instagram models, if you might call it that. I see them in trees, naked, and they're doing all sorts of.
It reminds you of back home?
Definitely not. It does not remind me of back home. I don't know what they're doing. One time I saw a girl with a cake icing on her private parts in between the tree, bent over. I didn't know what that was. That's not being creative.
It's art.
That's not art. I don't know what type of art that is. There's a way to do art and it looks nice, but that I really was confused. I didn't know what that was. So pretty much you have to look out for the right photographers,
Right.
do some research on what photographers you're working with. You don't want to just shoot with any guy with a camera. Like, they have to show you what they can do and so on. Right. So be on the lookout for that.
Right. So the modeling industry back in the days, they were very strict on you have to be a certain height, you have to be a certain weight. And today everybody's a model. How do you feel about that?
I actually love it. I know a lot of people would feel otherwise. I don't like a system where, you have to be a certain height to get in. I don't like that. That's, being a certain height is something you have no control over. You're born with the height you're born with. It's not like you could go get some shots and your height you get
right.
And you get taller.
Ain't no surgery for that.
So what I think happened with that is today it's more about your hard work, how you apply yourself. That's what I love about it. Anyone has a chance now of actually getting into the industry. It's all about how you present yourself to the world and how hardworking you are. So I really love that anyone could become a model today and know, the height requirement is not as much of a big deal like it used to be back in the day. I love it.
Do you still have to be a certain height to be classified as a runway model?
I believe some agencies, like, it's still a requirement today. They're stuck in the 80s and 90s, unfortunately. However, some progressive companies these days, some agencies are letting models, you don't have to be freaking 6'12" and 6'13". To get on the runway. If you're of decent height, they'll let you slide.
Okay. So everybody that I've come across speaks so highly of you, your business, the experience here, the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. Everybody leaves happy. Mm-hmm. We're going to insert a video of what it's like when you book a shoot at the House of Canary right now.
First thing, when people book a shoot, they get a very warm welcome at the door. We greet them, ask them, hey, how are you doing today? How's everything going? It's very important to make small talk with people, get to see how they're feeling, how their day's been as you walk through the office. Now, the next part is we pretty much let them know where everything is located, the restroom, the changing room, the makeup and hair station. After this part, if you're over 18 years old and not pregnant, we do have a bar where we then offer a shot. We have our famous book a shoot, take a shot that we always do. After this part, this is where they then get ready and change into their outfit for the shoot. And sometimes they'll get their makeup ready or fix up their hair at the makeup and hair station. And then the shoot begins. During the photo shoot session, it's our job to make everyone feel comfortable, make everyone feel beautiful, and give them direction through their shoot. Give them, a lot of times people just want that little guidance that, hey, turn your head left or do this pose, try that pose, move your hair there and so on. So we definitely give people direction. to achieve the best picture possible. And then after this, that's pretty much the end of that. You know, you greet and we go our separate ways. Also, if there are any photographers out there looking to own their own studio, the best advice I can give you is just do it. Look into warehouses. They're usually cheaper than other types of rental properties. You know, when I first moved into my warehouse, it was very empty. There was nothing in here, and I had to build everything from scratch. There's nothing wrong with starting from scratch. You know, give yourself some time to build everything out. You know, it took me a couple of years to finally get this place to what it looks like today.
As you all can see, the studio is a phenomenal place to be. The atmosphere in here is so amazing. Even kids love it when they come in here sometimes.
That is true.
The LED lights, the vines wrapped on the poles, the bar, the music blasting. Book a shoot with Mr. Éniary himself. You will not regret it. The quality of everything is so amazing, amazing, amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So I know you have a lot of people who come in here all the time, in and out. Right. I know you have at least one funny story to share with us today.
Oh, man, I have a lot of funny stories. There's so many funny stories. I don't know where to start. All right, let me think. All right, I got one for you. All right, photographers, be very, very careful, man. So this is the story. Check it. You know, once upon a time, I had a beauty shoot scheduled, and I was very excited for this shoot. You know, it was for one of a big company, makeup company. So I'm excited. I'm at my studio getting ready, just setting things up, minding my business. And then someone rang the bell. I go outside and it was a girl standing in front of my door. I was like, I was just looking at her. I was surprised. I don't know who she was, you know. I just didn't know who it was. So I asked the girl, I say, hey, how can I help you? She's like, I'm looking for an Éniary studio. I was like, yeah, you're the right place. I was like, who are you? I asked her, you know, who are you here for? She's like, I'm the model. I was like, you're the model? Huh? What do you mean? I said, who hired you? She's like, oh, stop playing. I was like, no, what's your name? I'm not going to say her real name. We're just going to call her Ashley for the sake of the story. So I said, what's your name? She's like, my name is Ashley. And this girl looked nothing like her Instagram profile.
Oh, them little filters y'all
Oh
be adding.
my God. I was very disturbed. I didn't know how to say anything to her.
So did you
was
still
shocked.
shoot with her?
You know, luckily we had a very great makeup artist in the house that day, and they worked some magic. But man, I was at the door. I was speechless. I froze. I stood there. I was looking like, excuse me. Yeah, but moral of the story to all my fellow photographers, you definitely want to be on the lookout. You want to be careful. Watch their videos. And go on their page and click on that little tag thing, you know, see the pictures that other people tag them in. True. That's very important. That's the ones that I want you to see. You want to see what they look like without all the extra filters and the angles and all that other stuff.
You hear that, photographers? Beware.
Yep.
So, do you have any up-and-coming projects that you are working on this new year?
It was supposed to be a secret. However,
sorry.
I'll let your people in on this little secret. We currently have something coming up soon. It's called Happy Hour. And just like the name suggests, it's a happy hour from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And the date shall be on the 31st of this month.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely stay tuned. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about this event that's coming up. The first 20 girls to RSVP will get a free photo shoot.
Can I
on
sign
that
up?
night. Yeah, I would think about it. I'm kidding. Yeah, of course you can. You're going to be the host. VIP. Yeah, so pretty much the first 20 girls to sign up get a free photo shoot from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
However, you have to come with your hair, makeup ready, and then wear the outfit of whatever you want to shoot in from 5 to 8 p.m. on the 31st. I'm going to put out the information up on my website so you guys could start RSVPing if you want to attend.
That sounds so great. This is actually a new type of event. I've never heard anything like this before.
Hey, what can I say? I set trends.
Hey, and it's a new year.
It's a new
so
year.
why not?
Why not do it? Right.
How many years have you been doing photography?
I've probably been doing photography for about 6 years now.
Wow. Funny story, guys. In February of 2014, I had a stylist contact me back in my modeling days to do a photo shoot. When I got on set, lo and behold, Mr. Éniary himself alongside another photographer. So that was 2014. Never seen him again after that. And I believe it was 2017.
Right.
We were at a company launch event and he ran from me.
That's not true. I don't know what she's talking about.
He ran
I don't run from
me.
anyone.
And to this day, we never stopped talking. And I just want to say thank you for being the great person that you are today. And thank you for being a positive influence in the society that we live in.
You're welcome.
Before we leave today, what life-changing advice would you want to leave with the rest of the world or with the people heading in your industry?
It's kind of two different questions, the rest of the world or people heading in my industry. However, I'll try and answer both. For people coming into this industry, you have to understand something. There are no diplomas, there are no degrees. The thing people care about the most is the quality of your work. What does it look like? How good is it? And on top of that, people don't care about your old work. They care, what have you done recently? So the biggest advice I could give anyone coming into this industry is always create. Constantly keep creating. It's very important. You want to stay sharp, do very dope work and just always get better at your craft.
Do you have any advice on how some of these photographers can reach out to models? Because, like today, everything is about followers. If you don't have a certain amount of followers, I ain't working with you. So what advice would you have to give someone who's trying to seek a model?
Now, before I forget the second part, I said I would give two.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll help people. My second advice, just a general advice for everyone. I think the biggest question that everyone has to ask themselves, when you sit there, ask yourself, who do I want to be in life? It's a very powerful question. When you really sit down and ask yourself, who do I want to be in life? It kind of helps mold what direction you go. It helps mold what everything else you do. Try and become that person. That's my second advice, a general advice for everyone.
That's
figuring
amazing
out
advice.
Who you want to be in life. All right, now back to the last question about finding, what did you ask me?
Models for photographers. Again, today's society is all about followers.
Right.
What advice would you have to give photographers who try to seek other models to shoot with them?
I mean, once again, everything today is it's a very shallow society we live in. People always want to see, what have you done? So that's the biggest one. Start out from shoot girls that you know first and create the absolute best work that you can with the people you know.
Right.
And then you just start sliding in DMs, When that doesn't work, try reaching out to makeup artists that know whatever model you're trying to work with. Try reaching out to their friends, it's
free game, y'all.
It's a lot of different ways you can reach out to people, you have to understand, everyone knows someone. If someone has 10 million followers, next to that 10 million follower person, they know a makeup artist that has 100, 1,000 or less followers, someone who is not as busy as them. So you could always reach out to people that they know and try and get in through that. You could offer a makeup artist a free shoot just to get in their good graces, and you could work your way through that.
Y'all hear that? Work your way through all of that.
Yeah.
Well, once again, I want to thank you so much for stopping by today. I know, once again, you're a very busy person, but you always make time for me, and I gladly appreciate that.
Anytime, you're welcome.
For those who don't know, this is my boyfriend, and I had to beg him to do this interview.
That's funny.
But without you, none of this would be possible, and I thank you for all that you've done for me, all that you continue to do. You support anything that I want to do, no matter how crazy it is. I could be like, I want to go jump off this building or jump out this airplane. Like, he gonna find the airplane and building for me to jump out of.
Yeah, that's true.
So I really thank you, because since day one, back in August 2017, you've been nothing but a great person to me, and you're very rare. Like, this is like an exotic species sitting next to me, y'all.
That's
You don't
funny.
understand like how.
That's all you. You're the exotic
Yeah, I
species.
know that,
right
but
there.
you a different kind. You a different kind. But you're very intelligent, business connoisseur, photography maven. Like, you got the whole package, and everybody knows you're such a great, great, great businessman. Everything is business.
I try.
So thank you for all that you've done for me. You've helped me to become a better woman today. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be sitting in this chair today. And only God knows what I would be doing. So thank God first. Thank you second.
You're welcome.
Also, I just want to let everybody know that it's hard to find your purpose in life. And sometimes your purpose is right in front of your face, but you keep looking at other people's lives. And it's like, okay, well, Keisha is doing hair and Ashley's doing makeup. Like, you start to, it's hard to really trying to figure out what you want to do. But like he said, you have to sit with yourself and ask yourself, who do I want to be in this life?
Right.
When my kids get old, or, you passed away, whatever the case is, it's like, what reputation do you want to leave with what image do you want to leave with the rest of the world? Right. So it's very important to stop looking at what other people are doing and focus on yourself, because you are going to get you to where you want to be in life, not Keisha and not Ashley.
Right.
For those of you who are interested in booking a shoot with Mr. Éniary himself, he will tell you how you can go about doing that.
So if you'd like to book a shoot with me, please visit my website, enarystudio.com, and click on the Get Quote button. You can't miss it. It's huge, right on the homepage. And then also you can follow me on social media at Éniary Studio.
And he does photography, videography, events,
classes.
He does it all,
business
y'all.
Consultation.
He the GOAT, for real. The real GOAT. Once again, thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
For tuning into tonight's episode. I greatly appreciate all of you guys who take the time out of your busy day to watch my video. It means a lot to me, and all the love that I've been receiving from everyone. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We out.
Now, before we get out, I just wanted to let you know that I love you. And I'm very, very proud of you.
Oh,
very
thank
proud,
you so much, baby.
I definitely love seeing you grow as a woman.
Don't make me cry on here.
And I just many more success to you. I wish you all the best. What are you doing?
You got a toast.
Oh, okay. All right. Cheers.
Thank you all again for watching the show. We out.
Thank you for having me.
I need a kiss.
I appreciate you.
Mwah.
All right.
Thanks for watching the Naél Hall Show.